Far East. The importance of the Pacific Front for us was outlined by our Prime Minister in a speech to the world. He said,
"Should the war industries of Germany be blasted out of existence by the British and American air power, should this prime and capital victory be achieved before Japan has been laid low, I stand here to tell you today, as I told the Congress of the United States in your name, that every man, every ship, and every airplane in the King's service that can be moved to the Pacific will be sent and will be there maintained in action by the peoples of the British Commonwealth and Empire in priority over all other interests for as many flaming years as are needed to make the Japanese in their turn submit or bite the dust."
First, take a look at the Jap in films they made of themselves and which were seized from them. Here they are on the march. Some of you will meet these men. They look pretty much like any other soldiers, but the ground is normal here. It is when they face primitive and difficult conditions, like fording a river, that they differ from you, differ in what they think, in what they feel. Like slaves, the Japanese obey their masters. Watch them with their horses. You can tell a lot by the way a man treats a horse. These pictures speak for themselves. Now watch them going through muck and mud to reach an objective. These men, struggling desperately over impossible roads, are used to dirt and filth, and what we would call self-sacrifice. They don't consider it a sacrifice, because for centuries they've been trained to obey the will of their leaders. Human lives are worthless, the individual without value. When we face conditions like these, we solve them, because we know the reason for the job we're doing. The Japanese don't. They simply follow authority blindly. Japan thought she could win an easy war, and through her act of treachery at Pearl Harbor, gain victory before the United Nations could recover from that blow. Japan has always acted with the same technique. In the days of Tsarist Russia,